I do think fundamentally this has been a game changer for U.S. businesses. You're going to see massive investment come back into the U.S. I mean, as the president said, we were with many CEOs last night that said as soon as the tax plan was changed, they're moving operations to the U.S. to build things for the U.S. market, I may add, which makes them more efficient in employing U.S. workers. But, you know, I think for the foreseeable future, we're going to have a very strong economy.
You write the speech?
I didn't write the speech.
Any of it?
I looked at it and made a few comments.
What do you think of it?
I thought it was great.
Full-throated sales pitch for the United States, doing business there, right? That was the point?
I think the president is the best salesperson, as he said, for American workers and American companies, and we love having him here and on the road.
Can you tell us how you all decided to do this, meaning to actually take us inside the room? Because I know that to bring this type of group together, it takes a lot of coordination and is a big decision.
Well, I will tell you, the decision early on for me to lead the economic delegation was made early on. So although we didn't announce it until later, that's been in the plans all along. I will tell you, the president called an audible. He made that decision himself. He called us up and said, I've decided I'm going to come. And, you know, we moved an awful lot of things to put this in place.
Do you know what?
He's happy he did make that decision to come?
What's that?
You think he's happy?
Oh, he's absolutely happy. I think he was thrilled. And by the way, you know, I've heard from so many people here that they appreciated. We had the largest U.S. delegation ever. I mean, I can tell you, you know, from the beginning of the morning till late at night, I mean, I was programmed every 15 minutes. You know, I probably met with 15 different finance ministers while I was here, at least 40 or 50 CEOs, other people. So it was a great use of time for our whole delegation.
What do you think led to it, though? I mean, some people have said that President Xi being here last year inspired him to decide that he wanted to be here. Other people said there was different phone calls, and Macron and others had talked to him. Do you know?
I do know. I'm not going to speculate and say it had nothing to do with President Xi, but the president spoke to a few people. I'm not going to say who, and he decided to come. And as I said, we couldn't be happier.
Will you be back?
Will he be back? Will I be back?
You'll be back. I know you'll be back. What about the president?
I'm going to leave you guys guessing on that one. I don't know.
You know, we should probably keep the government open, like in the next 2. That's happening again.
I agree with you 100%. We should keep the government
stay open?
We should raise the debt limit.
Right.
By the way, the debt limit is coming up.
What I said to the president was, you know, people don't try to take things personally, but I think Chuck Schumer feels like maybe the president got the best of him, and I'm just wondering whether that makes him even tougher to negotiate with in 2 weeks. What do you think?
I don't think this is about anybody getting the best of anybody else.
Please.
I think this is. I think hopefully the Democrats realize how important it is to keep the government open.
And they're going to fund the wall?
I think they've put an offer on the table to fund the wall, and it looks like there's an immigration deal in the working, so I'm cautiously optimistic.
I have one question for you. It's very early on in the changes with the tax law. We're looking at less than a month, but you see the tax receipts coming in all the time. Are they above or below where you might have anticipated they'd be with this new law in place?
Well, I haven't seen this month's tax receipts yet, but our expectation and the tax plan was designed that the revenues will go down slightly in the short term, because with automatic expensing, that incents people to put a lot of capital to work, but it also reduces our tax revenues in the short term. So I think you can't really look at this year's revenues as reflective.
But what are your expectations? If down slightly, down by how much? What would that be?
Again, I'm not going to comment on that now. We're not putting out projections, but directionally, they're going to be down. Because
you know the ways of Hollywood well. And
I do.
He knows about agent fees. And you know what you did to us with the. Do you know what you did to us? We can't write off our agent fees anymore. Did you realize that?
You know about the itemization issue?
Do you not like that because you worked out there and you look at Andrew and don't like Gus?
You know, I'm not going to give
He's
you
not
tax
looking at me.
advice. I'm not going to give you tax advice, but I can
Well,
tell
we can't write off our
for small businesses, we have the lowest rate since the 1930s. So you
need to become a loan out corporation. That's what he's trying to
You need to
explain.
do my taxes, Andrew.
Go hire people and create a small business. Put more people to work.
I just want to come back to trade for one moment, which is this and NAFTA, because we had heard that when the president spoke to some of the American CEOs last night, maybe there was a little bit of joking back and forth. He talked a little bit about, I'd like to rip up NAFTA completely. I have other people on my team who'd like to renegotiate NAFTA. We'll see who's going to win.
I think the president has been very clear since the campaign that he wants a better deal. So his intent has never been to rip it up. His intent has been to renegotiate it. I think the president at times has said, you know, kind of the best way to negotiate a deal is let's rip it up and start over. But we're in active discussions, and we'll see how that turns out.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.